And we live. Welcome to another episode of Sleazy Sports. And today I'm joined by CN, Onke, Luando. Gentlemen, what's happening?
Very, very good weekend.
Manela, it wasn't a good weekend. It was a very, very good weekend.
Very, very,
That's
very good one.
See
I
what a
can't
W
complain.
does. You see what a W does, not?
Ooh,
I know. I can see. What it does. WA has you guys all smiling. And it's surprising. We all got W's. We all got
Everyone.
W's. Even though
Some,
my W
some,
was weird as fuck, but hey,
some more convincing than others.
100%. There you go, and 4-1. Hey. So let's start off with your team, CJN. I mean, both our teams kicked off at the same time, pretty much. So
The
we'll
weird
start off
part,
with your team.
the weird part when we went behind, there was like mamas with like, this, that, and
Yeah.
I felt no man, we've got a chance here, and I think Burnley going up first gave us the motivation that we needed. Um, the link play between Palmer and Sterling, and then later on no Jackson. It's
Yeah.
Jackson needs to learn to be more lethal. The two thingy Palmer no Sterling, they've had a very good understanding, which is good. I mean, if you look at the fourth goal that came in, it was a run by Sterling, cross that comes in. Palmer has it, literally lays it on to Jackson Guti, finisher, and he finishes it with the plum in that he rounds off the defender, and then tucks it in the back of the net, and that's that. And the other thing that I loved for my team is this young kid, Opama, comes in. I can't remember whether this is Chelsea's first pen of the season, but we haven't had a lot of
Yeah.
pens. Bamgai ball about it, and he did his thing. He honestly did his thing, tucked it in, and that was that. That was a beautiful moment to watch. But yeah, overall, I'm not saying we back bitches. No. There's a long way. We need to learn to. There was something that Man United was doing before, which is they started off very slow in games. And we seem to be doing that. We're falling into that. We like suss out the opponent with badlala njani. Only then we come out of our shell. We shouldn't. We should do what champions Man City does. Man City from the first moment bengena bahlala yi. And then if they score first, you are in trouble because one goal leads to another goal, leads to another goal. This thing of like having to concede first and then we can then come out of our shell, it's not going to work for us. But besides that, I'm happy with the results. It's well warranted. I must stare to a showing, Wuti. The team is on the positive. So it's on the up. It's just that we're not getting AMA goals, which lead because goals lead to AMA results. But yeah, I'm happy. I don't have anything more to add. No, we're back. No, we're not. We're far from it.
Yeah. And as well, like, you guys were very clinical this weekend. I mean, that's the positive that I if I was a Chelsea fan that I'd take. You guys were very, very clinical in the final third, and that's what
Clinical
matters.
as we were, Jackson needs to step up a bit more.
I know indeed.
If that new signing of ours, Nkuku, is going to come in, Jackson needs to be more lethal because right now, the next 2 months are going to be very important for Chelsea as a football club.
I know indeed. And then
because I don't know what the next 10 games that we play.
Yeah, sorry. I know I didn't get to see. Yeah, did you check them out, Onke? I mean, that's your team as well, Onke. Did you check out the next fixtures? Is United there?
I'm gonna check I'm gonna read out. I'm gonna read out the next.
I checked them out.
Yeah.
United is the 2nd of December. United is the 2nd of December, if not the 6th. But it's basically to start December. The fixtures before United, because I don't think United is a tough fixture. And that's no disrespect to Man United. It's not a tough fixture, honestly. The fixtures before that, the fixtures before that, it's not
Yeah,
looking
so
great,
let me,
eh?
let me read out. Let me read out the next league games. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
mention them.
Yeah, don't
League.
mention
Okay,
Blackburn.
Arsenal is the next game. Okay, that's the 21st of October. Okay, Brentford. I'm gonna stick, and then Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton, Man United, and then Everton, and then Sheffield. I wanna allow my games out.
Yeah, I know.
Very,
So much noise for Man
very,
United. Imagine.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey,
Nah, good
Luanda,
luck to you guys, eh?
Yeah. Luanda,
no, yeah.
do you think you
So
can get a
that's
double?
what I'm saying, Guti. If four that we scored against Burnley is yeah, it's nothing compared to the opponents that we're gonna face. Arsenal, their stock prices on the up. They are walking the talk right now. And yeah, we just hope Guti the window clips their wings. Because international window always seems to do that to other teams where they come back and Abaz born like by a for some reason. So we just
Sihle,
hope we punish them. Yeah.
Sihle,
Yeah.
are you, be honest with me, are you scared of Arsenal?
I'm cautious.
Okay, that's a fair response.
Hey,
I'm very cautious.
That's a fair response. I'm not suggesting we are the same quality or have the same understanding as the Arsenal team has. I just, I struggle, hey? It's not, there's nothing that scares me about that team. Okay. I'm scared of two players on the Arsenal team, ne? In their attack. It's Martin and Martinelli. They are the most scary players, and Saka will be injured most likely for that game. And if he plays, I will know that Arteta is an idiot. So we only have to worry about Martinelli. In any case, Reece is probably going to be fit for that game. If not, Gusto will be back. They're better one-on-one defenders than Cucurella.
Uriz is a feature in that game. Uriz he's just been suspended for swearing at the referee. So he's got a one match back.
I think he served the suspension with the Burnley game.
Hey.
Okay.
It was a one-game
okay.
suspension. I think he served it with the Burnley game. He could be back for the Arsenal game. So,
but is he still captain?
I have no
Or is it
idea.
Con?
Why wouldn't he be?
So I
Utsubule.
think the one mistake, the one mistake that we can make right now is downplay the importance of that win. Yeah, like City is not firing on all cylinders. We've spoken about this, but these are treble winners. Like guys, like they just won the treble.
Okay.
So respect what Arsenal did as well.
So do you respect what Wolves
what
did?
did they do? Okay, wait. What did Arsenal do?
Do you respect what Wolves did? Because if Wolves are sharing a deflection and then for me,
Like, yeah, let's be honest. What was so special?
so again, I'm trying to like the Arsenal. Like I expected more from Arsenal, especially with how Pep set up our team. It sort of favored the way Arsenal play. We never had someone who was linking up with Haaland. Everyone was far away from Haaland. I think the fact that he tried to play Alvarez on the wing just made us much weaker. We could have just sacrificed, play one more holding mid, even if we were a Phillips or Lisa, so that we don't lose rhythm going forward. I think Cupenado found himself
Making a
lacking
noise.
ideas in that position.
There's someone's mic that is
And you know, so I was saying, we sacrificed a lot with playing Bernardo in that deep position. So we lost a lot of creativity. I feel Lapajala corner in that deep six, it sort of cost us in the way we had to play.
I actually didn't get that tactic.
Yeah, it was very slow in terms of being decisive and too many touches in that pivot role.
Yeah, let's all mute
Can we all
and
mute?
see one by one.
Yeah. So ngitsembe wonke ngithisa wonke umuntu apply. Anyway,
It's your mic. It's your mic. I tried to find which mic is problematic. It's yours.
mine.
It's your earphones. I don't know what's wrong with them, but yeah, your warranty is gone.
uMartinelli ne assist ka Kai. But yabona on that point of the lineup ye Man City. Honestly, yabona this taking Kovacic umdlalise no Bernard. Meanwhile, you've got a holding player in Calvin Phillips benching. I didn't understand that. But you don't question Pep. This is Pep, man. You don't question. You just go with it. And sure, fine. To a certain extent, Arsenal themselves weren't convincing, but they walked away with the 3 points. That's all the convincing that they needed.
Bra, have you watched
Yeah.
Calvin Phillips? Calvin Phillips is bad.
But not for England.
Bad. Who cares about England? Maguire's not bad for England.
Maguire, who's got an assist this weekend.
He's not bad.
But he's not bad for England. My point is, you can't quantify England when they play against Estonia and say Calvin Phillips is not bad for England. We're talking about playing against Arsenal. As far as I'm concerned, and I know a lot has been piled on to the midfield, the SCT, and everything. I think the biggest challenge in that game was Rico and Alvarez were sort of playing centrally because Alvarez is not comfortable playing on the right wing, and then they were getting lost in the game. I feel like the attack, Foden, Rico, and Alvarez were not providing the greatest support for Haaland. I kept asking myself, why is City not forcing balls into Haaland and then forcing Arsenal's defense to overhelp, to double, so that they can create space for everyone else? Instead, they maintained the isolation of Haaland, and then it made Arsenal comfortable to just defend the whole game. And that's exactly what they did. All they did was defend.
Exactly.
They didn't attack
There's actually
with any level of threat. They just defended the whole game, and then they got that one chance, and then they got a deflection and it went in. The game itself was horrible because City was not penetrating, Arsenal was not penetrating, nothing was happening in the final third on both sides. And the Arsenal didn't care about possession. They're not holding on to the ball at all. When they start their build-ups, they couldn't get past City's midfield. That means the midfield was doing their work. The difference was that in the final third, they were not being able to connect with each other, and that is where they struggled the most. And I think Udoku came in way too late. That game was calling for someone with a bit of a cutting edge, someone who could draw outside the lines, someone to be creative. Because even when Martinelli came in,
Look, I was gonna say, man, that game favors someone like Grealish, right? Because if you're playing Bernardo in that deep role, you need someone like Grealish who's going to hold the ball up to allow guys to join into the game. Foden, Rico, Bernardo, those guys were all in the similar positions, which didn't give enough width. So I think aside like Ben White, which is why Ben White, people will say he had a good game. He didn't have anyone who was trying to take him on until he figure Udoku, and by then it was too late in any case. So
there was
for me, that game, Diana. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. There was actually one attack that speaks to what you guys are saying, where they had Haaland, in that position where they played the ball to him. Arsenal over-supported or over-defended him with like 2-3 defenders. And then there were spaces out wide and not having any people running off him because he can hold Arsenal defenders up, and they could literally run off those balls. But there was no one doing that. And that only happened once. And that one time, I think, was probably City's best chance.
It frustrated
I don't think
me
another player that is being overhyped. He's decent, but I think it's overhyped. Rico. Rico he's an okay player for his age right now. He was not ready for prime time, and it showed.
He didn't have a bad game. That's the thing.
Pep has got this thing now. No, Pep has got this thing of like hyping these young players, like folding the next Messi.
He didn't have a bad game.
Remember, in this game, we all saying that that's a very boring game, man. And if you want to look at Rico and say he's overhyped, an 18-year-old in a big game like that, then there's no way, man. There's no way.
I don't think he was ready for prime time.
No way. Do you see how that guy played against Leipzig in the R&B arena?
Dude.
Yeah, we're playing against an opponent who you perceive to be your competition. Because to be honest,
don't tell me about a team that's only playing in Champions League after 10 years. I'm talking about a team that plays Champions League since its inception. So you must rest with your Arsenal, my brother. Rest.
I see Van. Put it a J.
Okay. From an Arsenal perspective, in terms of the game, you know what? I hear and I agree with how boring that game was. I think, especially, City side, obviously there were combinations they probably haven't used often that kind of stunted their midfield. Arsenal as well, there was a lot of nervousness, and I think that nervousness goes back to the last Premier League game when City had a midfield that they knew everyone, De Bruyne was there, he killed us. So I think just the way the last game went against City, there was a lot of that nervousness, and you saw that in the first half. So for them, I don't think they wanted to come out of this game looking at how they performed. Getting a result was more important than anything.
Yeah, but it's not symbolic of anything. That's the thing. In fact, it only showed how much you guys fear City. You didn't allow yourselves to be free in that game. You couldn't express yourselves.
Which I understand and I agree with, but at the end of the day, when a team has dominated you like that for so long, because with any other team that we played last season, there was never a level of fear compared to City like this. So you need to take whatever confidence that you can, even if it's a Messi win. Best believe the next game they probably will be more confident, and you need to take that. Not many teams are gonna walk away from a City game saying Holland didn't take a shot on target, or let alone getting a result.
Yeah, I guess that's an extra goal for you guys. So the score is 2-0. So, but
I'm not even counting it like that, eh? I'm not even counting it like that. But at the end of the day, for me,
every one of you guys are celebrating that. That is such a big thing for you guys. So it's an extra.
It's not an extra. Don't make it sound like we celebrating an extra goal. No one's winning the league in October. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, to come away from, let's not act like those on the treble winners. To come away with the results.
That's Luanda. Don't be bullied by these guys, Ndota.
No, I won't.
You're the big rooster now. You're the big cock up in this. Like everybody needs to know that. So you better walk like it. But don't be bullied by these guys who go to you can't win the league in October. If you feel like you're gonna win the league in October, you've taken 3 points at home against City.
Stay with your
Triple winners.
Yeah. Yo, James, can we just check the sound, guys? Hey, because for me, the sound thing, man, I'm particular. Let's do it one by one. We'll start off with Luando. Everyone go on mute except for Luando.
Can you guys hear me?
Okay. I know it's not you. Yeah, you're fine. You're perfectly fine.
Cool.
I'll go next. This is me. I'm good. I should be good.
Yeah. I know we good. It has to be on and cheese. One must die. Skip bunches. What's up with your mics, man?
I'm saying volume.
Yeah, I know cheese is fine. Okay.
Cheese, that was you.
What? Jesus. She said, okay, that's it, guys. You guys need to settle your differences, man. Like,
Now, como se on manje yam.
I kept mine quiet. I kept mine on mute so that I can hear if the feedback was still coming through, and it still was. So it's not me.
Cheese. Ushawe Arsenal, Ushawe Wolves, ukwatele tino. Corrupting Mike.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not cheese. Okay, sorry, Chance. It's not cheese.
It's not cheese.
It's X.
Wasn't me.
It's
Okay,
you,
fine.
X.
Okay, fine. I'm going on.
Listen, it's gone. Gone completely. It's X.
X, it's you the whole time, bro.
Is it?
He must excuse himself.
Hey,
Make sauce.
Mina, I want to tell you guys, I changed 4 headsets. Means, yeah, there's no way these guys are gonna blame me.
You've got a whole 4 headsets.
4 headsets. Mchinja my headset I 4. Means there's no way. A treble winner. There's no way.
X. Oh, that's a treble winner. X, leave the chat. Let's see. Okay, it's fine. You can continue.
It was X. Okay.
Yeah.
We want to talk about his team now. And he's gone.
Now we'll talk about his team. There was that other team called Spurs that won this weekend.
That won. Yes.
If you don't sit up and notice the Spurs, and we thinking they will do the Spurs thing come end of the season, guys, the Spurs they look the solid.
They will.
That was a grind of it.
No. What's happening is they're a good team again. That's all that's changed.
New manager bounce.
Yes, they're just a good team again. Now they're a respectable team in the league. It's just about the other teams picking up slack. Once the league starts to get momentum, you'll see them fall away. In a typical Spurs kind of way. Plus, they're very thin. They're not deep as a team. You know,
True.
I don't know why Bissouma decided to take a dive when he has a yellow. That was a very stupid decision. Now, after the break, his team is going to be missing him, and he's been a linchpin to that midfield. So
remember on Monday, last week Monday, we actually spoke about what's making Spurs tick.
Everyone
one of the players.
It was him. And they had to scrap this one out, but they were playing a team that was there for the taking. So, you know, there is also that. So, yeah, the going will get tough for them, and we'll see what they truly made of. They're still a very new team, so the dynamics are going to change once the challenges starts coming through. You know, when they're experiencing what City's experiencing right now, what Chelsea was experiencing a few weeks ago. You know, these times come. You know what Man United has been experiencing for the last 10 years. You know, these things happen. You know, challenges come. Difficulties.
Let's segue into United. X, I don't know if you want to start.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go on. My team's performance was pathetic, to say the least. Yes, we did get a 2-1 win, but I mean, I'm a grand scheme of things type of guy. I'm not a person who's gonna now get carried away over getting a result. It was necessary for Ten Hag, of course, because that man, I don't know what's going on with him. Like, I also
It's Bali.
Because another thing is, guys, balance. You know, I'm not saying I've got the best players in the world. Nah, I'm far. I'm behind the packing order if I compare myself with my rivals, right? But I do believe that I do have a team that can at least hold its own if it's balanced. And right now, us playing Bruno out of position, you know, Mount, one needs to die. We can't play both players because they're very similar in how they play, you know. And so for me right now, it's the balance side that I feel like my team needs to sort out. I know my coach is very stubborn. I think he will die on that sword of playing both Mount and Bruno. And then, of course, Harry Maguire and Evans played, and I was surprised in their performance. I can't say they had a bad game, but I think
They're
they
not
were
bad players.
they're not bad players. Yeah, yo, guys, what's happening, guys? This is me still. Yo, that sounded like a
You are
guitar,
killing
man.
us.
It sounded like a guitar, like a broken guitar. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, like with United, dude. I think as well, man, guys. I don't think my players actually. I feel like they're turning against my manager because even at the end, when Scott scored the winner, our bench they panned the camera to our bench, and I noticed Casemiro wasn't celebrating and Varane, which is I find very odd. I mean, it's a team sport after
He
all.
doesn't
All
Whoever's
they
have the
did
scoring
was
locker
the
the
room,
subs.
goals.
bro. He doesn't have
Yeah,
the locker room.
They didn't agree
yeah,
with those subs. They were not
No,
yeah.
happy.
because I think
Casemiro
players,
was
if
pulled
players
early.
players are like staff, gents. Let's ibuke
Yeah.
kanje ukuthi,
Yeah.
they can see that the manager can pick on a player and outs that player. These guys are asking themselves, "Am I next?"
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
X, you have to go X. Bye bye. We're talking
Hey
about your
guys,
team.
this is bad. Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
can continue.
bye.
Damn.
Yeah. So these players they looking at each other and they asking themselves the question, am I next? It's because the unfortunate thing is that it could be anyone.
That's true.
It really could.
And the way it happened also was just very messy. Like I most recently, I reflect back to that situation Aubameyang had with Arteta, and some of the other, players, and I think I'm trying to find similarities, and I can't because even after that thing, Arteta had the locker room. There was a
Yeah.
boundary setting, but this came after a loss where the player's not involved. Like, what are
Yeah.
you just completely throw the guy under the bus and he's not involved in the match. He's not he's not even on the bench. So it
If
really, it really,
I
I
think
would also question,
now
what was
I
that
think
about?
if you watch the interview, how Ten Hag didn't plan to say what he said. He got overwhelmed by the questions. Because not everyone is now questioning him on his ability to manage. Actually, where's this player? And it was a slip of the tongue because the media was there looking for this, and it was a slip of the tongue. And the minute that he said it, but because he is so stubborn, he doesn't want to backtrack on it to say, "Yo, guys, I messed up. Me and the player are good." Now he has to have this stance of like, you know what? This boy needs to apologize to me because I'm the gaffer. Unfortunately, this is not Ferguson era where Ferguson was the dad and everyone else were the kids below him.
And the problem here is he's so hell bent on being right in that situation that I feel honestly, even the players on the squad know it's not true that Sancho wasn't training well.
Yes,
And he should
that's the
have
other.
owned the decision to sit him by being reasonable instead of blaming the player. So the player defending himself, his teammates are probably thinking, well, we get where he's coming from. And the coach should be the one extending the olive branch to the player to say, listen, I was caught in a moment and I should have handled it better, and I chose to throw you under the bus. Let's get together. Let's ensure that we clean up this whole situation. I can commit to ensuring that we have some form of understanding going forward, and then we'll take it from there.
Because now
The same thing.
now
The same thing.
he's gotten himself
Poch,
into this corner and he can't get out of it. The only way he can get out of it is if Sancho goes right ahead and issues an apology. Sancho is like, no.
So Poch had a problem with Madueke partying while he was injured.
Yeah.
He had a birthday celebration. They were at a club with friends, and he was injured. And he said it even in the media that he doesn't approve of such actions, but he understands the player is very young, there's a lot to learn, and all of those things. And there's been a serious focus on Chelsea, the media team, to show that the relationship between Poch and Madueke is fine. Madueke is with the team. They're training. They had team photos last week. They even showed a picture of Madueke and Poch shaking hands, like giving daps, basically, just to show that bygones are bygones. We've moved on. That's important. That leads on to the squad. They understand that nothing lasts forever. If we have differences, we can go back and focus on what needs to be done. And sometimes even the best coaches, if you look at your Sir Alex Ferguson's, even after he fell out with players, it wasn't like there was a line drawn, this player's never going to play for United again. No, it's a disagreement, and then they go back. I was watching a clip with Gary Neville, Rio, and Beckham describing the incident where Sir Alex hit
Beckham
with his
on the
boot.
lip.
Yes, and Ole was also on that. And they were discussing simply what happened. And the reason Sir Alex did it was because I think he was criticizing David. And then David was responding. And then he was like, I don't need to. David was like, watch the footage again. I was doing this. He's like, I don't need to see the footage. I watched the game. You were not in your position. You were not helping. You were not doing this. And then Beckham was like, fuck off to him. So he's like, he ran across the room and then he kicked a pile of clothes that are on the floor. When players come to undress after the game, there were clothes on the floor. Ganti, the boot was inside those clothes. So then he kicked, and then the boot went straight to Beckham's face and hit him. That was the incident. But there was no animosity between the player and the coach after that. It's a joke within the squad that it happened because it was like a freak accident. But people sort of want to paint Sir Alex as this no-nonsense guy and whatever. Even Gary Neville was like, we've all said fuck off to Sir Alex before. Because they know he's a coach. He's going to say some shit. You've seen players respond to Pep. You've seen KDB do it. You've seen Haaland do it. To a point where Pep had to reprimand him because Haaland wasn't pleased with something. That's what happens. That's football game. The moment you start to make it personal, the moment you want to play principal,
that's where you lose. That's where you lose the players.
And also, there's a level of credibility those coaches have with those players, whether it's a long-term relationship that's built over time, or it's a new coach who is trusted by the club, and it's young players, not players who are experienced. It's young players. Whereas in this case, you've got, that credibility is not there. So it's like someone else coming to, me coming to Onke and saying this and that and that and that. Like, we've only met each other online for 2 episodes. I don't have that credibility. You can't, that thing takes time. It's a relationship that needs to be built. And the way he did it with Sancho, I don't know how he's gonna manage to gain that trust. Because if Sancho had that...
He started with Ronaldo. That's the thing.
Exactly.
And you're right about credibility, because what credibility did he have when he was doing that to Ronaldo last season? He had none.
Exactly.
The squad was still brand new. They didn't even know him. So he basically came in and bullied the biggest player on the team.
Yeah, but Uncle, we know for a fact that once you cross Ten Hag, it's done for you. He's not gonna play again. Yeah. So Sancho pretty much knows he's done. Find himself another move somewhere else. Yeah, because once you cross Ten Hag, clearly the board supports whatever he's doing. So he's definitely gonna be protected by losing a lot of the dressing room. But at some point, if all the players say, we leave him out to dry, then he's gonna get fired. McTominay came back from leave. He didn't get the memo, which he's not supposed to win the game for them. So he came in and scored 2 goals. And now no one's speaking to him. No one spoke to him on the team bus going home. That's why people didn't celebrate. They're trying to get the man fired, and then he comes from injury and he scores 2 goals. Ah, that guy.
Now they were getting him fired.
So there's a thing within employees where when employees feel separated from management, where employees now start calling management Itamala, leap Itamala and whatnot. That's exactly what's happening at United.
Yeah, no, it is. Hey, guys, even now goalkeeper way to Buffett. This guy, guys.
Oh, nah. What's my name?
Yo, no, guys, that guy is bad. You know, we need to concede. I mean, Pep once made an error by signing that guy, man. Bravo. Yeah, I think it's bravo. Yeah. And so I think Natsona, and we also need to concede. I feel like our goalkeeper, yeah.
You know what's sad is when United fans always try to pretend, it was time for De Gea to leave. And I'm like, guys, as far as I'm concerned, the one thing De Gea was good for was he could at least sustain pressure moments for the defense. Not sustain them, but protect the defense in pressure moments with his shot stopping. Onana does none of that. I mean, he conceded a goal where he didn't use his inside foot to generate thrust to dive. He dove with the outside foot. His left leg was the one he dove with. So he didn't generate any type of power from it. So he just fell on the ground, basically. That's all he did. He fell. Then the ball went in. I'm like, why is he a United keeper? He was doing this at Inter. I watched him. He was doing this at Inter.
So then the other thing also on we've always known, Gensuguti, the Man United defense is not the best defense. They are leaky as fuck, as in some players get confused, especially if you're gonna have Amrabat on the wing. Amrabat will read a line for offside. Like if you've noticed, he can't read and be in line with the with the last defender. He's always like literally sitting on the
drifting
other side.
offside.
Yeah, but he's not a left back. He's not a left back.
That's the thing. So that in itself, it exposes the keeper. But what I'm noticing right now is there was a season, was it last season or the season before, where De Gea had the most saves. And it was literally faced with a similar kind of setup with defense, where it was a leaky defense. But in it being a leaky defense,
and Luke Shaw also can't play an offside trap.
I don't know, on the other side was doing his own thing at the time.
Yeah, but if you think about it, so Liverpool has the same problem. Because Alex Arnold is not a very great defender, and the reason why Liverpool don't suffer as much is because Alisson's a good shot stopper. Onana isn't. So that kills Man United in terms of what they want to do. And even if Yabu look short, they're still gonna have that same problem. Because Luka Gatano defender. Udalo isn't a good defender. Well, Udalo was only a good defender when Ronaldo was around. Now Agashuganga no Banele Shandu with Pirates. So it's one of those situations where it's catch-22 and it's not going to be a short-term solution for United. Rabat.
You know what the sad thing is? They don't score a lot of goals. Even last season they didn't. De Gea being able to keep clean sheets was what really kept them going last season, because United fans maybe forgot. Last season they were winning games from De Gea's clean sheets and Rashford's, form when he was in form for like 2 months. And he was scoring. In that period where they'd get that one counter attack and then Rashford would get through, score, keep a clean sheet, and then they'd be talking about the Butcher and Varane like they're the best defenders in the league because they were on a run of clean sheets and stuff like that. That period that period is the reason they finished in the top 4. Not sustainable. They were not even playing great football in that period. So now you've added 2 problems. The defense is injury stricken this season. That is your main guys. And then on top of that, you don't have a reliable goalkeeper to assist the defense and erase their mistakes. So any mistake the defense makes becomes a goal, basically. And this defense is going to make mistakes. Or the goalkeeper himself, you know.
I know. Yeah, but the Man United issues.
The sound is so bad.
Yeah, it is. I think we're gonna have to cut it. It's gonna be a short episode. The only way for Sancho to ever play for Man United is if Ten Hag for December. That's the only way.
Yeah. So, and I don't know about Sancho, but I'm not one for saying someone must apologize when they've done nothing wrong. Like, if it wasn't, if it was internal, sure, maybe it was. They could have kept it internal until the moment he was, threw him under the bus. I don't see Sancho apologizing and coming back, because the thing is as well. I mean, if you guys remember with that whole what's this guy that was at Tottenham and just went after Mourinho, spoke out in the documentary and said his work ethic is not up to scratch. Those things stick with you. Those things stick with you. That reputation sticks with you.
Danny Rose as well.
Exactly. And Danny Rose actually told him, dude, you're talking nonsense about me. This is not me.
Rose.
He didn't stand for it.
Didn't even bloom.
Exactly. So on a player's side, you have to understand those things stick. And now if you come out and apologize, even if you're not saying you were wrong, even if you're not admitting, it already looks like, there's already that doubt in other coaches.
You're admitting you did.
But Linton is a spoiled press, Lord. These kids are freaking spoiled press.
Yep.
That's why you are a retired player.
Whatever, man. Like if your coach says whatever, but you go in training, you train, you train and you just continue with life. You're getting paid a huge salary to play to the ITs. I think yes, you can make your comment, but after that, just go and train. No, to apologize, you apologize and you do it. You can't delete that post off the internet. I apologize, we keep on playing. If the coach doesn't want to play me, it's fine, but I still need to get my fitness in so that if a team wants to buy me in January or wherever, I'm in a tip-top shape. But now you can't even make a sandwich, dog, at the training field. That old lady at the reception is not even gonna say Jadon anymore. But yes. I'm United. There's like that Beckham documentary. There's all those guys are like 80 something, 78 people who are working at the club. So when I join Golan fun, yo.
They are still there.
So there's like that old style. I want to just like Queen Morocco, like generations. It's there, Baba. That round one. I'm like, till today, you guys are in trouble, man. No wonder was Sancho are rebelling.
Yeah, no, we are, man. We really are in trouble, man. And you hit the nail on the head, dog. Like it's gonna be a long season, guys. For me, I want it to end now. Yeah, well, like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's gonna be a long, long season for my team. We're gonna have a lot of these episodes where we repeat ourselves. Yeah. Guys, I think we should call it hey, apologies about the sound. I don't know what the cause of this is, man, because I was on mute. I even left, and I even entered myself on YouTube, and it's still bad, even when I'm not in. So I don't know if the haters.
It's Gremlins.
Yeah, hey, Gremlins.
Nope. Mina, I told you, Mina ex Kuti, you mustn't let CK speak ill about Safa. Pega manje, things that are happening.
It's the government.
It's only me, man. I wanted not to speak about Safa. I told him, I always apologize when I said something about Safa. This guy didn't apologize. Look what's happening.
Yo,
Yeah,
no, take Shubi. I don't know. You guys saw the episode they cut Blanche because Mangasa.
Nah.
So
Wait, that sound is gone now. I mentioned Safa and now that sound is gone.
Hey, I know,
Nah,
dog, and
they
it's
listen.
gone.
It's gone.
Good.
They listening.
They listening, dog. They paying attention.
Yeah, those guys are definitely listening. Though.
Baba Besafa. Yeah, speed is me ill about you guys.
Anyang,
You guys are the
I
best in
think
governing South African football.
Yeah. Not. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We just have to call it there, man. Oh, guys, are you guys free on Thursday for rugby? It's a big one on Sunday.
I'm keen, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's banging rugby. But anyway, guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. This is Tweezy Sport, and we out. Peace.